Mm. I'm gonna check on my baby. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we're about to get started here with the sisterhood conversation. Sisterhood, the power of friendship. We have a few guests that's joining us today. Let me get the ladies in the room. Okay, I want to say I know I hit accept. I'm not sure if it's working, but I hit accept.
When you hit what you said.
Um, trying to get. We gotta wait for Jazz. Okay. So,
Right now, it said 3 minutes.
I, hey, I was up here. I was doing something, and then my phone like completely like I don't know. I think after we did that practice,
Well,
it was kind of. Um, we was just gonna wait for Jazz. I sent her the. Wait for a few people to get up in here. Let me see. Okay. So, how was your day today? I know you tried to ask that earlier. We were
I,
just on.
I really got some sleep last night, but for some reason, it just never feels like enough. And I know as soon as I get in the bed, I'm gonna want to go to sleep again.
Peace, peace. Welcome, y'all. Come on in here. You said when you get in bed, you're going to go to sleep again?
But then I always wake up in the middle of the night because I got enough sleep already. So I don't know what's wrong with me. I just been sleeping a lot lately.
Might be the moon. You know, the moon phases sometimes. Okay, there she go. Um, Require us to sleep a little more. So I'm hitting this up like 4 or 5 times. 50, 11 times. That's what Little John said. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm doing hey now. Like, come on. Let's be great today. Got some ladies in the building. Um, so today we're going to talk about sisterhood, the power of friendship, with our special guest. Ladies, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello. My name is Jasmine. I currently live in DC. I'm an Aries. And I love to do makeup. So y'all can follow my page at Goddess Glam if you want your makeup done. If you're in the DMV area, um, Raspberry is like my big sis. I love her. And I'm looking forward to this conversation. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm so like shy, so I get a little goofy when I'm shy, but it's okay.
Get it. I get it. It's my turn.
It's your turn, baby.
Hi, you guys. My name is Acacia. I am a poet slash writer. I also like picked up painting recently, but I just like to draw as well. Just like to show creation in different ways. Yeah, you guys could follow me at Acacia. But like you know, if you want to, if you're into books that talk about, screenplays and stuff like that, or into drama and stuff like that. So, if you like those type of things, just make sure you follow me.
Yes, and everyone else know my name is Raspberry. Up here on my page is Doc Quasar. That's my first name. Last name is Raspberry. And we're going to get into this conversation because I'm so eager to be having a conversation with you ladies. Um, So pretty much, the things that I've been sharing lately is pretty much about friendship and how women connecting with women is so important and how we don't see much friendship, sisterhood these days. And if we do see sisterhood, hood, it's pretty catty, it's pretty chatty, pretty low vibrational sometimes, or people build friendships and they just want to party all the time. They don't do sacred rituals. They don't really heal each other out. They're just pretty much doing a lot of trauma bonding. So I just pretty much want to kind of talk about that conversation and bringing back sisterhood and how valuable it is, and sometimes what it is to make friends with others women in particular sometimes because of the misalignment, you know. And so if you guys want to add in, just feel encouraged to add in anything you guys feel. And throughout the live, I will be asking y'all some questions, but I, just want to get an understanding of how y'all perceive things in sisterhood, okay?
Okay.
So y'all, I don't know what's going on with me today, but even just saying all of that just kind of took a lot out of me. So let me ask you, okay, so let's ask Asia, what does friendship and sisterhood means to you?
So I feel like friendship to me means like an unconditional love that you have for somebody. I feel like friendship is also like a for you to be yourself because that person is able to take different versions of you throughout your life. And I feel like it's like way important for us to have female relationships because one, having a platonic relationship with a guy is like 9 times out of 10 it doesn't end too well. And also, I feel like we just have an understanding more when it comes to grounding our emotions and being emotionally intelligent and being more mature or having to do things that men just never had to be responsible or accountable for. So I feel like we have more of an understanding for that. And nowadays, when you see stuff, people always say opposite sex. We never really come together and talk about for us. So that's why I feel like sisterhood is very important, especially in today's age.
Especially in today's age. And I love how you began the question with like unconditional love. That sisterhood do give unconditional love, that space to be vulnerable and that space to just not judge each other.
Right.
And even if you look at the sister like, can we do better? Let's work. Let's try to figure this out together.
So when I
Oh,
hold you accountable.
'cause we all are individuals and we all got our own perspectives. And sometimes we might have to be like, hey, let me take your hand and help you and guide you towards this way. Just a little bit. Just peep this out. This might be a little better match for you. Jazz, what do sisterhood and friendship means to you?
Sisterhood and friendship means to me, what Amber said was like perfect. Just to top that off, really just being there for one another through thick and thin, the growth, the everything. And just understanding one another, having empathy and compassion, putting yourself in each other's shoes, and really just having an open heart and understanding. Um, I know I lean more on my friends when I'm going through a lot. So really just someone who can like be there for me emotionally and just love me for who I am and tell me about myself. I feel like sisterhood friendship is when you're able to just it's a safe space for you. You're able to connect with that person. It's a safe space for you to just be yourself, connect with your sisters, and grow and learn, and you both evolve along the way because you're not going to be the same person who you was today 5 years from now. You're going to constantly just grow into a different person. So I just think that's what sisterhood is. Just really just unconditional love, honestly. Just unconditional love, being there for one another, and just elevating together, evolving together, going through life's journeys together. Yes.
Right. And that's a beautiful. Y'all pretty much summed it up together in y'all own perspective, and that's so beautiful. Um, Let me ask y'all something. What's something when it comes to like with sisterhood? What's something that you guys realize is a common concern in sisterhood? Because although we are speaking on beautiful aspects of sisterhood, it can also get we are also required to grow as well, especially when we a lot of times people don't intentionally try to grow with their friends. They just enjoy the friendship. But I also know like just like how we set those intentions and prioritize grow with our relationships, like what ways can we grow in our friendship? What's some concern that pops up or like sisterhood and friendship? And
For me, I feel like it's communication. Communication is a really big one because us as Black women, it's not what you say, it's how you say
Right.
it. So it's just like I feel like that's really the biggest thing that can really make or break a friendship, just how you say something. So
Okay.
I feel like communication is a huge one. Like miscommunication is a huge one when it comes to just
So I
friends.
like opposing question on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that I'm gonna take girlfriends for example. Tony was always the snarky friend. We know Tony as the snarky friend. We know she's something that nobody said, and we expect that from her.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, Joan let everything fester up over all. Now she just turns on her, but they've
Mm-hmm.
been friends for decades. How do you like? When does it become accepting? Because I know communication is a big part, but I think it's more so like to express how somebody affected you in the way they talk. If somebody comes forward and says feel some type of way about how you approach it, or how you went about it, because some people may be oblivious or not self-aware to how they come across in
That's
that game.
true.
So it's up to the person who feels like violated, feels disrespected, to speak up for themselves as well. People spend too much time letting stuff fester, and then it's tick tick boom on the smallest of it. Like I get the principle, but the situation don't match that well. You make mountains out of molehills, like.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that miscommunication is one, but just having open communication. Like I should be like let's say I'm talking to my sister, like, bitch, watch your mouth. Like,
Right.
so say that, but like if you really are unconditionally loved by somebody, you should be able to stand up for yourself and not think that your boundaries have to be like taken advantage of.
Exactly.
I agree.
That's so true.
I also agree, just being open to what they have to say, even if you agree with them and don't agree.
Or not.
And there's some things too,
You want
like you want
friends like that too. You want
friends.
friends. You rather your friend tell you about yourself than a stranger.
Right.
Well, at least I rather.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
would rather that, but let's be like for real though. Some people can't handle it. It seems like sometimes, in friendships, I notice like they open to it, and even if you go to your friend for advice, but it's some conversations, some subjects is a bit touchy, where they're not open to receiving because you can be telling your friend something for years and they're not receiving it, but it takes someone else to share that in probably in a different light or the same way it can grasp it better from someone else. So I think that, just and I said this on that first live, just just expressing, like you said, expressing how you feel and just being open. And a lot of times people just run from conflict. They don't know how to
Confrontation.
handle it without it being combative, without it being like who said that you said, or the ego and type things. And that kind of go back to like not only just, relationships, sisterhood, but also like how we interact with our families or our parents and things like that. So we see like every time something come up and it's a big commotion and boom, we may not know how to like process that or how to communicate in a healthy way because all we seen was like we coming at each other next type vibe. So like even some people don't even want to express that because they know what it get ugly. Like if they was to share how they feel, or they might feel like that nobody is gonna believe them, or
Is that more so like I'm not gonna say that's kind of their problem in a way because it's not like that, but it's just like if they don't know if a friend tells them something and they're not able to res-
your thing been on. I can't hear nothing. Can you hear her?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I can still hear you though. That's I'm not sure. You somebody must
Okay,
call
I'm
you.
sorry. I have a timer on my Instagram app, so that's
Oh,
what happened.
oh, you said 7th. I'm
I'm
tripping. I don't know why.
no, no, I have like the little social media timer, so that's what happened. But as I was saying, if you tell a friend something and they're not able to receive it, you know, how how would you like? How would you? What do you feel like that person should do? Like, how would they go about things? And I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm asking my question the right way, but
I
if
get what
you,
you're saying. You're trying to
Yeah.
you're telling somebody something and they're not able to perceive how you go about like letting them know that they're not
mm-hmm,
like or not even. grasp.
Yeah. Like, how would they, because if I'm your friend and I feel like you're not able to receive something that I'm telling you, I feel like then are we really friends, or like are you telling me everything?
So
Like,
I
Me,
was talking
oh,
about that one.
really quick.
I,
I feel like if it depends on if that's a common thing, and then you gotta look and see if y'all alignment. But if it's like one or a couple of things, like sometimes people ain't gonna understand what you gotta say. Sometimes my son says, I'm like, what you gotta say? You gotta explain, or anybody explain that to me like a 2-year-old. That way I can grasp it, and I want to understand that. But if it's something that you feel like every time you saying something and they're not able to grasp it, to understand it, then then you have to look at your alignment and see where y'all are at together
okay.
on the journey. But go ahead.
I was about to say, I wanted you to give like an example of like what you're like. What wouldn't they take? Like, you need to leave that man alone, or like,
I mean, it's no one specific, but like in the past, I noticed that they're going through stuff. Let's just say guy problems, for example.
okay.
You have a friend, they're going through guy problems. They're constantly telling you what's going on in the relationship because they want to hear your feedback. They want to hear, your advice. You tell them what you should do, but then it's like, well, they don't want to hear what you got to say anymore, if
No.
that makes sense. Like,
So maybe I would say to something like that, maybe you have to think about what type of person you're talking to. Because if you know that a person is always going to listen to their own advice, and maybe they're just coming to you for you to listen and not really give advice, you have to understand like who you're talking to. Then, like, let's say, for example,
I didn't mean to cut you
I
off. Go ahead.
feel like we're all the cause of our own suffering too. So if you person is going to suffer and they're putting you in a place where your energy is like so tied to their relationship because they're constantly calling you, they're jumping on you and all that jazz, maybe you have to make that boundary to where you separate that person from your energy until they figure out what they want to do, or maybe make a boundary that you really don't want to hear about the relationship until she actually finds ground in her own relationship.
Our own relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the times I'm put in situations where like they actually do want to hear my advice, but then when I told them, I won't say like the truth, but it sort of do be the truth, depending on what I've been through and just my experience, is like they don't want to hear that. It's like they're living in their own. So I guess you did answer the question. They live in their own little. Yeah. Okay.
A little level of suffering.
Yeah.
It's just like if you already surpassed that level, or you know that you already unlocked that level of clarity, then you shouldn't have to bring yourself down to that.
Okay. Thank you.
I was want to say too, like, man, that's just some friends. You just got to recognize sometimes you just got to see people how they are. And if they're not going to accept, like, okay, I'm going to give you this feedback, but you can't even take it too personal and just be like, all right, they ain't going to perceive it. They ain't going to receive it. They ain't going to even apply it. And then, then you got to realize too, like, if that's the problem they keep coming to you about and you keep giving them advice, then you got to be like, okay, now.
And now it's like, I'm the bad guy because I told
Then
you,
that's when
what you wanted to hear. And now it's like,
that's when
okay, like, and that happens a lot. And I don't know. I guess it's just I'm not even a mom. I was gonna say the mother in me, but how I respond and how I react to certain things it's because I've been through it, and I don't want you to go through it. So I'll really give them advice based off my experience I've been through. But I guess it just I guess it's a trigger thing, and so yeah,
yeah.
and so it's like I get all the attitude now because I told you what it was, and but yeah.
And we have this pretty eyes in the comments. She says some people just aren't ready to receive the feedback until they come through it. Certain wisdom is gained through those experiences, and that's just talking about it too. So that's true. Sometimes it's just but that is something that's a concern or an issue that comes up as friends on why sometimes women are really. I know a couple of friendships that kind of happen like that just separated in it because of that situation. But like I said, if y'all are able to set boundaries and then talk out and like, okay, I just know this is this is touchy for both of us. We don't need to go there. We acknowledge that ain't no right or wrong to this. We here with that. This is what it is. But what ways can't find no solutions for that? Then we just gonna let that be what it is, and we're gonna go from that, move on to the next scenario, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that issue become bigger and bigger, then y'all gonna still building it up and building it up and building. Um, I noticed too, why is it so hard for women to forgive their friends? Like we so quick to forgive other people in our life and like or to take them back, but that moment that friend seemed like to do something because they are human. We like we gotta cut that friend off.
Girl, I was literally talking about that on my YouTube video. I literally said exactly what you said. Nowadays, females are so quick to forgive their exes, their guys, their man, their boyfriends, or whatever. And they could done the most disrespectful thing. But when it comes to females, we're so quick to just cut someone off. I don't understand it. I really don't. Because I try not to do that. So I don't even know how to answer that question. I'm trying to figure it out too.
I feel like if they cut you off, there was animosity from the door. I was like, honestly, I've fallen out with friends and stuff like that. But let me get a bottle of red wine. I'm calling all my friends back because, bitch, I miss you.
Yeah,
Like, are you?
Yes.
my conscience to kick in. Like, hold on now. I know I was wrong. I was in my emotions right then. I ain't like the way I ended that conversation. It don't matter what kind of friend it is. I'm gonna reach back out and be like, listen, this is where I'm at with it. This is where I was with it. This ain't what I ain't like about me doing in that process.
Right.
I also feel like that we are that way with women because, and I ain't gonna try to play the victim thing, but like if we think about how hard like everyone is so quick to give up on us, and we be quick to give up on ourselves, and so we are quick to give up on other women as well, and I feel like that kind of that's something that is a mirror to how we are internally with ourselves. We'll be like, because I wouldn't have done that stuff like that, and I'm just like nip that in the bud, or maybe they wouldn't, or maybe I didn't have experiences where people kept believing in me, or all the other type of stuff. So I feel like sometimes we mirror that to other women
Yeah.
on how we are or how we treat ourselves.
I guess it depends on like what the situation is too. Because I know that I'm a really good friend. So it's like I do have boundaries as well. But I feel like it will take a minute for me to actually cut someone off before just blatantly cutting them off. Like I've had to warn them. Like I probably told them at least 2 or 3 times what I didn't like, and they continue to do it. And then that's when I just made the decision to be like, you know what, I'm good.
No, I agree with that. You be staying longer than you need to stay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Involved longer than you need to be involved. Um,
Just like men, sometimes females come for a season too.
Yeah,
yeah, true.
that is so,
But
so true.
the sisterhood, it's something that I noticed. Like another reason why we don't have sisterhood, because if you hear the word sisterhood, I think of longevity, friendships of women, longevity, and women would have friends. We might have some friends that we have from kindergarten and younger, whatever. But like they someone y'all don't build that sisterhood, y'all don't grow, y'all don't really call each other. Even if because even my friends, I don't talk to them every day. I might talk to them times out of the month, or if that, we might go a long period of time. But then when I see them, it's like we never miss skip a beat. But I feel like with the sisterhood, it's like longevity, and in order for have that longevity, you got to be willing to grow with each other. You got to be willing to see each other through all phases, because we go through some phases.
Yes, we
And
do.
doing a
7 years.
What you say?
I'm a new person every 7 years.
oh,
Okay, no, every
Lord, I'm a new person every
Right.
day, damn near.
pretty
Hey, I be
much.
like
I
trying to stuff like, listen, taking on like, I could have been a better person today, and now I'm a new person because I'm working on it and I'm doing it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, let me ask you guys something. Would you find it difficult to connect with women versus men? And if y'all have any questions too, please drop it down here on this little question mark thing, and I'm gonna try to answer it. We got to be willing to agree to disagree. Exactly. We got to be willing. But do y'all find it difficult
That
at
one.
men or women? Huh?
I said to grow up for that, willing to agree to disagree. Well, some people can't let it go. Like,
Oh.
if let's say you have a point of view and I have a point of view, let bygones be bygones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some people are so adamant about their point of view that they feel like they have to win an argument, and that's what male and females.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see my point of view, then you didn't understand the point of this conversation. This conversation was pointless. No, I would take consideration when moving forward with you, but as of right now, we have two different perceptions.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I am in situations like little situations like that, I let them say what they have to say. Most of the time I let people tell me how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll tell them how I feel, and then whether we agree or disagree, I let them just go through life, and myself as well, just like Pretty Eye said, it really just takes experience. People will learn as time goes by. Then
Yeah.
they'll
And I
come back and be like, oh, so and
don't
such
hear you.
did say this.
I don't even want to hear nothing like that. Please don't come to
What?
me with that. I'm at you like, and they're like, but what? And I can't hide my face, and I'm like, please don't come with me that, because I don't want to engage. Oh, so and so. I'm not saying so and so. It just give me anxiety. Um, when she was like willing to agree to disagree, that kind of, I agree with that. It's kind of go back to that question you asked when someone is not able to receive that feedback that they asked for, and I was like, you know what? All right, this is how you see it. Let's move forward, because
Yes.
that's, we ain't about to make it big. I love you enough to let this shit
Right.
go, and it's a part of unconditional love. Um, so maybe I'm gonna ask this question again for the first time. Maybe, I don't know, it's meant to be answered. If it, do y'all guys find it difficult to connect with men versus women, or women versus men, as dealing with friendship on a friendship level? Because like we talking about sisterhood, and I was talking to a sister the other day, and she was just saying that it's so easy and so natural for her to connect with men than it is for women, because women be having all this extra stuff. And I just want to hear y'all point of view as a sister. What do you find more difficult to? Who do you find more difficult to connect with naturally without forcing?
More difficult. I would say for myself, I feel like I find it more difficult for me to connect with women, and I honestly think it's my face. I just look mean sometimes. I don't mean to. I really don't. Like, I have a natural resting bitch
Nah,
face. Excuse my French, but I really do, and so I feel like that intimidates a lot of females until they actually speak to me, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet, you have a soft voice, you're so soft spoken, you're so nice. But I feel like it's harder for me to connect with them just based off, I guess, how I look sometimes, until they actually speak to me, and then they open up a little. And same for myself. Sometimes, well, sometimes I can be a little closed off, but that's really just to protect my energy, because I always have to feel, like, I always try to feel people out, but I do always speak to people too. So it's not like I'm closed off. It takes me a while to open up, but I usually speak to any, like, if I'm at work and it's a new coworker there, I'll speak to her, I'll introduce myself, try to open up, just to see where her energy is at. And depending on, I guess, that interaction determines if I kind of want to.
you must have got that alarm thingy again. You said depend on your interaction. No, still no hearing.
Saying, y'all, that pretty much determines, like, if I want to continue to have a friendship with this person. But I feel like for me, it would be more difficult for me to connect to women. And I also feel like that's because a lot of women, and myself as well, sometimes we prejudge, and you really don't know a person until you actually know them or spend that time with them,
Right.
pretty much.
How about you?
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel the exact same way, but I was raised under my dad a lot, so I felt like it was natural for me to understand the psyche of men a little bit more and feel more comfortable with conversing with them about my problems because I never felt like they had slighted like comments unless I found out that they felt some type of way towards me or they liked me or something. Other than
Mm-hmm.
they're real like straight shooters, I feel like. Also because me personally, I try to move from a rational standpoint more than an emotional, something I'm working on. But because men tend to be a little bit more rational than emotional, it was easier for me to talk to them about
Mm-hmm.
things. Um, with females just like you, like when it comes to like meeting females, like I'm be open to meeting females, but like even now I moved to a different state. Like I really want to be able to make friends in a different state, but I do want to make sure that these people are in alignment with me because I don't want to deal with what I've dealt with in my past relationships with
Mm-hmm.
people. So I really am a little bit pickier now when it comes to the energy that I want around me because I come from a healer background, picking up people that were strays in the street.
Peaches.
And they feel like nobody loved them. I'll be like, you know what? I'll love you,
Right.
They start getting toxic towards me, and it's like, hold on.
Yes.
I really am picky about my energy in today's time. And I also feel like with females, you do get those relationships that are very vain or it's just like all we do is party and stuff like that. They're never somebody like I just had to talk to my therapist and she just read me like a fucking book. And you can't go to them about your inner like most vulnerable things. A lot of people like because they're so picky and closed off, now that we're getting older and stuff, not as open as you were when you were 14, 13 years old in school.
Right.
And you were forced to be around these people 8 hours a day. Now it's like I have a whole person to live and now I have to set time aside to actually like make this relationship grow. And a lot of people are just, especially after COVID, a lot of people are just so like just rooted in themselves right now that they feel like giving energy to anybody else could be a waste of time. So why even take the gamble?
Mm-hmm.
And I personally feel like that's a sad case because people need humanity. And I feel like there's a lack of humanity in moving in that realm.
I
You
agree.
hit the spot when you said just friends to party with. Like, I had friends like that. And it's like you can never really connect with them on that level that you wanted to because they just was not there. Like they was not there at all. My circle is very small and it's because like you said, Amber, I just want people who are in alignment with my purpose, my passion, and where I'm heading to. I don't want just people hanging on to me just to be hanging on to me. Like,
So
I've already been.
I thought your sound went out for a second.
Huh?
Uh,
Oh, I was just. I said I've been there, I've done that, and I just don't have the time for that anymore. Like, people don't need to meet me where I'm at because I don't mind having friends that's evolving as well, but they need to at least have the mindset to want to be a better person and want to change and want best for their lives. But I am open.
Absolutely. Um, for me, to answer the question, I feel like it is easier to connect with men as well versus women, but like you said, some women be having that face, and like you said, Maria, as well. Um, I'm open to connecting with them, but I feel like sometimes when I'm open to connect with them, that's when they kind of like hitting me with the Heisman, and so like I'm not able to connect with them. And then there's some women that come to me immediately like
explain.
um they want to connect with me, but it just seemed like I'm excited. I'm like, I'm open. I said, okay, maybe this be in alignment. I still have discernment and make sure it's not the wrong type of people. But I feel like sometimes with that man open, like something occur or happen where I'm not able to connect with them, and I'm just like, okay, the universe is trying to tell me something. I had them friends where, they say you got a friend for everything. You got the friends you go out with, you go to friends, you eat with, friends you call when you're sick, friends you call when you're trauma, you sad, and all that stuff. But to actually have a friend where you can do all of those things, to be versatile in all those things is rare. these days, and it's also beautiful. Um, yeah, that y'all see my video, like just connecting with women. We just sometimes, even if we making our face at each other, we just not saying us in particular, but just the collective as majority of my experience. We just not as inviting to other women. We are afraid of betrayal. We are afraid that women are. We look at sometimes. I say we because I'm a woman, but women be looking at other women as competition. Um,
I say the competitiveness is
mhm.
real.
And I also have some where I try to be friends or, with other women where they would come in just so they can kind of steal my energy, or they could come in and try to ride my personality. I don't know if y'all heard that before. And I know, I'm not saying that, we inspire each other. I know I'm inspired by anyone I put in my circle, because that's how I feel. We are in alignment. You offer something, I offer something. But I also notice where someone would just come in just to see how I am as a person, and then like mimic me in a sense, and also just didn't go to their other friends to talk about me, but end up doing things that they are inspired by, if that makes sense. So I was like, so I had to be mindful of those type of things too, of women that be like, oh yeah, I'm so quick. They be the ones that be so quick to be like, sis, I got your back, and all these other things, and it's
Yes.
just like
I love
gaslighting me, and I just knowing that I'm
Real immediately. Those and see, those are the ones you gotta watch out for. It's like, thank you,
like
you're so kind, but it's just like it's
my
like too quick. Like,
like too quick and constant. And I don't really care for all them pet names. Like, come on now, it's bad enough people shorten my name. I ain't asked them to do all of that. So like now you give me extra names, and then you gaslighting me, and then you moving a certain way, and I just can't.
mhm,
It makes you want to be more reserved, have more boundaries, you know.
mhm,
But then like also like I seen where people like no new friends, and then like what fun is that? I mean, I know sometimes we need a space where we don't need no extra people, but like when you have new friends, you also are inviting new energy of growth in, like all yeah, all them extra names, right? But like when you have say no new friends, I feel like, okay, well, there's some people sometimes I could see why they say no new friends as protection, but then some people use no new friends as for them to be stuck in their ways,
mhm.
for them to still stagnant and toxic, and using that as an excuse to why they won't want to for other people. Um, how do y'all feel about that?
About the no new friends.
Mm,
Um, I don't know. I can't really relate because I love making new friends. Like, I love when women get together and like we could just be women and just have that energy going. Like, it's so beautiful. Like, I don't know. I feel like the people with no friends, maybe they've been through so much in their life with friends. It's just like, I guess now in their life they're just like they got their group of friends and they don't want to make any more friends. Because I do know people like that. I know people where they had a whole bunch of friends in high school, they done did it all, and then the older they get, it's like they don't need any more friends because their friends already betrayed them, done talk about them, they done fight. It's a whole list of things that their so-called friends done. So I do understand that part is no new friends, but then again, we still have to evolve and grow as people. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how people do that because I want to invite everybody to my
right.
party. I want us to turn up.
I feel friendships are just like relationships. After you get a broken heart, you take time to heal, you take time for isolation, and then you
Mhm.
go back and find it again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people don't view like friendships like relationships. They're just like relationships. Like
Like
it's
it's
not
still
like
in.
it's like a sister without blood. Like it's a relationship. Everything you do with another person is a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But work relationships, sexual relationships, like verbal relationships, like friend relationships, they're all relationships. You have to treat them as such. You have to feed into them. You have to nurture them.
Mhm.
That's correct. You do have to nurture it, because you have them intimate moments with women, with friends, like our friends.
But I know we all see each other titties and all that. Like
Okay, like come on now, like we gotta value each other and appreciate
right.
not being like procreative with them or whatever. Still. Like, y'all, my head is like, woo, my ear is like, woo, and I'm just like trying to. Once they find their purpose, they find purposeful female friendships. And can I tell y'all something? I don't know. Okay, so real quick, I was about to say, I don't know. Maybe it ain't meant, and it'll come back if it is. Um, what can we do as women to show up better for our friends to women?
Can you repeat that, Raspberry? You like
I'm breaking up. What can we do as women to show up as a better friend to other women?
I would say honestly, just to be there. Just be there when they're going through things. Listen, be a listening ear. Just show them that you care. Show them that you're there. Sometimes just show them that you're there. I know sometimes I feel lonely, but then a friend will call me and they'll remind me that, oh my goodness, I am loved. Like, what is going on? Like, Jasmine, get up. Like, you're not by yourself. So I feel like that's one way we can show up.
I think we
Mhm.
should be more graceful as women. I feel like we need to learn to give other people grace and not really judge people based off of where we're at in life, but use the unconditional love to actually love people. Also, speak up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do for other people around us is make who we are known, not wear a mask with people, not show up as one version of yourself that only suits that individual, but not show up as your full self. That's not a good friendship. You need to show up always.
Be yourself. That's a big one too.
That's a big one. Be yourself, cause that's how you attract your vibe. You know.
Your
Oh,
tribe.
yeah, get me right, girl. That's what I'm gonna correct myself.
Yes.
That's
It's
it.
hard.
Um, I would say, as what can we do as women to be a better friend to other women? I would definitely just check on us, check in, like just like a mental health check, because sometimes we could see women we don't see us, and you know how we absorb things, a sponge, and magnet, and just the things that we go through. Like check in and just that's the part of the grace part. Have grace, have patience, but like a simple like I'm just calling because you on my mind. Are you good? You in a good space right now? I
Mhm.
don't want nothing. I ain't calling to pour nothing. Gotta go do nothing. I just want to see how you really are. And I feel like if we just check more and more friends, then we can build that trust. We can build that connection with each other. And then like, dang, this person really love me. They called just to see how I was doing. Now, let me be a better friend. Cause that's my value is this year is to be a better friend. Like people soon as I think of them, now I try to make sure that I get up with them, even if it's a simple message like
Mhm.
you've been on my mind, let me reach out to you because you never know. And you know, sometimes people do feel like it's sometimes I see where people feel like they're close with their friends, but they don't feel like their friends are close to them. And just making sure that, you know, they remember they are reminded that I remember them.
I think that's me. As far as sometimes my friends may feel like they're close with me, but well, what you just said, you said because I'm just like I don't know. I feel like it's just how I was brought up as well, because like I grew up a military child, so I always had to find new friends to the point where like when I got older, friends to me they come and they go. Like I have my group of friends, like Raspberry, you're one of my closest friends. I love you so much. We don't talk every day, but you're my sis. But friends to me, I don't know, like I'm still trying to be a better friend too, and I feel like I'm so just trying to just get this life stuff together. Sometimes life can just be so consuming.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh,
it plays a role in your friendships.
yeah. Um, I don't know what you saying. It ain't saying no words coming out. Volume wise, I can't hear nothing.
But just to throw in there really fast, I definitely understand like moving state to state as a child and having to remake friends every 2 to 3 years.
Okay,
Was no
because it's
just
Austin.
anybody. So you never really felt like you needed to keep anybody. And then when you found yourself when you older, it's like, damn, there's nobody.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. Life can be consuming, and I agree. I think I don't. This is how I know we in alignment too. But us and all this moving and things, she went out, but maybe she'll come back in. But same here. I moved a lot. I don't feel like I made friends with everyone. I still friends with them, but I don't feel like it was a friend that I held all the way through. That was just like, even with all this moving, like we still on good terms, but we kind of lost that connection. But we have the ones that okay, there she go. So either way, that's why I had to be encouraged to continue to make friends. And I realized, like, even each group of friends that I met, what time period, we all are different, but like in that area of time, in that era, when I met a group of friends, they were all kind of similar, versus this era in my life, when I meet a group of friends, they are kind of similar. And I know that's because of my alignment, but then that's also why friends didn't kind of grow with me. Even if they grow individually. We reach out and like, hey, we completely, like, I had someone tell me, like, I don't know who Raz is. Like, I'm not nowhere near the same person as you knew me in that time. But I think when they realize they don't know me anymore, they kind of pull them away. Like, I can't connect with her no more. And I'm like, if anything, I feel like you can connect with me more now than ever before, because I'm so well aware of myself, of others. But now I'm in a more healthier space, and I feel like maybe that's just showing, okay, my baby.
I guess people get to the old versions of you, and sometimes that can be a reason why friendships,
Yeah.
don't last forever, because people want you to stay old Jasmine, or old Amber, old Raspberry. But you have to do things for yourself sometimes. You have to grow. You have to grow as a person. You can't be held back because of another
Right.
person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's true. That's pretty much all the questions that I have for y'all today. I can't really talk like I want to today because I told y'all. But do y'all have anything y'all want to add? I don't want to hold nobody here. Um, I know, summing up, we've pretty much been talking about sisterhood, the power of friendship. We asked about what the friendship mean. We asked questions, what's some difficult concerns that occur, and how can we be better friends to other women. And this is just something so simple. And I know, like, the conversation we talking about is like really broad, right? It's really big, and it's
Yeah.
than what we discussed today. But these, just this little bit of information, just even us right here, this is sisterhood. What we doing right here is sisterhood. So even us practicing that, and even us sharing our perspective, people could take it in and realize, okay, let me go back to my friend, be a better friend, or maybe I could see things from a different perspective. Okay, that advice that you had, I didn't kind of agree with. I heard it. I might not use it, but just different things. So
Mm-hmm.
we just pretty much touched on that.
So our appreciation.
Yes. Anything y'all want to say? Because I'm kind of about to be out of breath. I don't know if y'all could tell. I don't know, but Spirit tell me sit down. I'm about to listen. Okay.
I just want to say I enjoyed the panel with you all. Please invite me again, Raspberry. Yes.
Absolutely. And girl, people been asking about our heart and paint. We
Oh,
gotta.
our sip and paint. Yes, we have
Yeah.
to bring it
Yes.
back.
Yes. People been like, "What's that? Heart and paint?" I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
That would be, we gotta come up with, yeah, we gotta come up with it. Cause that was around this time of the year.
February we did heart and paint for the heart chakra.
Yes, that's amazing. Well, I'm glad they are remembering. Yes. And as I was saying, I just enjoyed the panel with you all. It was definitely so much to take in. And I'm just looking forward to being a better friend and being a better sister to my sisters.
How about you, Amber? You have anything you want to add?
So y'all gonna making me. I'm gonna go out tonight and make a new friend.
Every
Go out and make a new
Even
friend.
if you ain't making it. Oh, go ahead.
Look, I'm gonna try y'all, because I'm telling y'all, first of all, moving from New York to North Carolina, feeling like a social barrier. I gotta break down first before I can actually make a friend out here. So
Right.
go outside and make a friend.
You can do it, girl.
I know.
Aren't they more friendlier?
Huh?
Track your
Isn't
friend.
it a little more friendlier in North Carolina? From what I
They
heard.
at least I feel like a lot of people are more passive aggressive here. Like I feel like they keep their thoughts inside, and that's where the whole festering and stuff come into play. So it's like harder to gauge where their mind is at, like the level of vulnerability that they're willing to have.
Right,
So,
because New York,
like I'm an open book because ain't no shame in my
okay,
game. Like I am.
tell you straight out.
Like I am who
Like,
I am. So I really come as me. Like, and sometimes it may be a little bit overbearing for people that are not used to somebody who's rambunctious or erratic and stuff like that. But it's not like you can't take me nowhere. Like I am a code switch, you know. But it's just different. It's different. My energy different.
Period.
big time. I would say if you can't go out and be a friend, you can always follow a good friend up in here in this chat because clearly they care about friendship and sisterhood. Those who are here, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Y'all follow each other. I'm telling you. Remember I told you, Amber, like you gonna you gonna find some good ones around me because it's some beautiful women I'm around, and I'm
I've
thankful.
been looking for y'all my whole life, you know?
Okay,
Like look
all
here.
my life. Hey, listen. I'm thankful. So yeah, we all should follow each other here. We all should continue to grow and build, come together. If y'all have anything I want to share, y'all ain't had no questions. I see this thing empty. I'm not gonna hold nobody up. So we gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And yeah, I gotta go get me some
Right.
tea.
Please.
All right. Right, take care. So y'all tap into the next sisterhood. The power of friendship will occur next week. Actually, and we got some special guests. We're gonna be talking about central energy, sisters, and how we can heal, like the healing circle.
Ooh, I love that. Speaking of a
So
healing circle, I am going to a healing circle, my first one. I'm so excited.
yeah,
Yes.
you're
Are you
gonna have
I'm
fun. You're gonna
so
enjoy it.
excited, and I've been reading what is it? The Sacred Woman. The Sacred Woman. I don't know why I act like I didn't know the name of it, but I've been reading it, so it's just like everything is in alignment, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so happy. Yes, and I'm going with one of my new friends. Yes, so I'm so excited about that.
Well, I look forward to hearing more about that.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself, okay? Y'all ladies have a good night. All right.
You too. Y'all
as well?
have a good night.
All right.
Yes.
Peace.